Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. It's your host, Ethan.
And I'm Jocelyn.
And this is Navigating 20s. Guys, this is episode 4. And for the last hour, we've been trying to set up these microphones.
Yeah, try being a podcaster for a day.
Try being a podcaster for a day.
It's 11:47. Try being a podcaster for a day and let me know.
Okay, this is obviously a joke, but
yeah, it's a joke.
No, yeah, we're actually in a new recording location. We're in a different studio this time around, and we've been trying to get set up, and we've been running into complications with the microphones for the last hour or so. But we're here. We're hoping 5th time's a charm.
Yes, we're hoping for that too. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm like so out of like whack just because like when we come in, like we're somewhat ready like to do what we gotta do, and now it's just like, oh, okay, like we had to fix the problem for like an hour.
Yeah, it's definitely been a learning curve, but we're here nonetheless. And I don't know, I feel like the whole RNC being hosted in our city this year is kind of crazy because it's a little ironic. So Trump allegedly, supposedly ended up calling our city a horrible city, and I think like the whole politics scene just like kind of went crazy with that, because I don't know if you've been able to avoid any of the billboards on the freeways, but it's just like every other day there's a new one just running with that quote. Have you seen any of those?
Yeah, I have seen one of those. We actually, on the way here, we were like seeing a couple. I'm like, oh my God, like this is a society.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is really crazy.
But yeah, obviously I didn't want to just bring that up out of nowhere and then not like fact check it. So I did a little bit of research, and apparently Trump was actually referencing the crime rate and the voter fraud within our city. And obviously we're in a major Midwest city, so there is going to be crime, of course. But I feel like he should just be the last one speaking on crime rate, seeing as though he is a 34-time convicted felon, but that is neither here nor there. But I don't know. I guess did you end up seeing the presidential debate, Jocelyn?
Yeah, I did actually go. Me saying I went to go see the presidential debate. Okay. But you think you just exist from a coconut tree?
You just fell out of a coconut tree.
You exist within
the context
of those who came before you,
and all that you are. Some bullshit like that.
Something like that. Shout out to Kamala Harris, but no shout out to, because I don't know. I honestly don't know anymore. The presidential debate, for the most part, they were like talking about golf. What is it called when they like?
They're making a bit or like running with something.
Yeah, it's like basically a bit like they're basically like Donald Trump is I think he's Jack from Brokeback Mountain, and Joe Biden is Enos. And yeah, basically like in the back, like for the audios, you listen to Chaperone, and obviously she's like a lesbian pop star. So they're insinuating like basically like shipping them. They're shipping both of our presidents, and both of them are at the age, you know, they're pretty close to 80. Like, how are 80-year-olds running this country?
Yeah.
It's kind of like making me feel crazy, but honestly, I don't even know anymore. But, you know, I know like Bridget Mendler, I know that she is 31 years old. We only have 4 more years, guys. We just need to stay strong, and we will ask her to obviously like step onto the ballots.
No, yeah, Bridget
Mendler for president.
Bridget Mendler for president.
Radio not. I love her.
She's just a well-educated, well-established woman who probably knows.
Co-founder. Disney star.
Yeah. CEO. Mother. She's a mom.
She's everything. So why would I not want her to be my president?
Honestly, Sexy Red for president. Get it sexy. No, I'm just playing. I'm just like, no, yeah. No, yeah, this past weekend were the BET Awards. Sexy Red actually was performing, and her performance was, I guess, like White House presidential themed, and they had her like on $100 bills on the screens behind her, and then it had messages like "sexy for president" flashing on stage, and I just thought it was really funny. I just feel like Sexy Red in general is just kind of like comedic relief because she's just always like carrying big wads of cash wherever she goes. And I saw this video of her. She was making it rain not only on the red carpet but also like inside of the arena, and she was just like doing the most. And then there's this one video where it's just like this white assistant behind her like trying to pick up all the singles that are like falling on the red carpet, and it's just like in Sexy We Trust. Right.
I did see that OJ Simpson was put in the memoriam at the BET Awards.
Yeah, so OJ Simpson, you know how at like award shows they do like, oh, this person, like for the people that pass, like they like to honor them in like this little slideshow. Well, OJ Simpson was included in the BET memoriam, and many viewers actually found the inclusion of him to be a little bit like tone deaf or a little insensitive, understandably so. And the vast majority of people just found it to be inappropriate, and obviously it sparked outrage among the families of Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman, whose dad actually vocalized, and I quote, "It is hard to imagine that he would fall in the same category as the vast majority of people that they honor," unquote. And Nicole Simpson's sister, Tanya, actually said that whoever made the decision to include him in the memoriam should be fired. And coming from a fellow black person, I kind of have to agree. Like, he was like an NFL player, but then he did like establish this infamous identity for himself. And yeah, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, OJ Simpson, that's a little questionable from BET. But on the bright side, Usher was honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award, and this year's actually been a really big year for Usher. He just got off of his Vegas residency, and then on the tail end of that, I don't know if you remember because it feels like it was a lifetime ago, even though it was like 5 months ago, he did the Super Bowl halftime show, which was like really honored by the black community because it was like, it was very black, that whole performance. And I loved him on the skates. Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, he was honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award, and there was actually a 17-minute tribute performance in honor of him. And was it Victoria Monet? Yeah. I know it's like Tiana Taylor. Yeah. I was gonna get to that. Yeah, aside from Childish Gambino, his whole tribute performance was done by women. Like you had Keke Palmer up there, Tinashe, Lotto. But yeah, like you mentioned, what got like people talking online was Tiana Taylor and Victoria Monet's segment of the tribute, because the choreo was a little erotic, a little suggestive, and it got the internet buzzing. But Victoria Monet is an openly bisexual woman. Don't quote me on this, I think Tiana Taylor is bisexual, so it's all good, and I feel like that's how you close out Pride Month. Hey, that's it's a good day to be a bisexual. It's a good day to be a bisexual at the BET Awards. Yeah, but no, it looked really cool. And I saw Beyonce post it, and then she was on Sacred too. Was she? Yeah. Wait, who was on Sacred? Victoria Monet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's so cool. Yeah, so she's like repping for all the black girls out here. Yes. But a couple episodes we were talking about Summerfest. Last episode, obviously, I said I couldn't make it to fucking SZA, but you said you wanted to go to Ethel Cain. Yes, I did want to go see Ethel Cain, and I actually did. I saw her for $15, and I don't think I'll ever get the opportunity again to see her for $15. But I am honestly really happy that I went. And like I said, like I've put on like a couple of my friends to Ethel Cain, and right now Ethel Cain is like basically my life. I really love the album Preacher's Daughter, like, and I love all of her music. Like a couple of my favorites are like Crush, Strangers, A House in Nebraska. Sunbleached Flies though is like my favorite, and her live is actually so insane. It's so crazy. Like it's really crazy boots. I sent a couple videos to Ethan, I think, and I posted about it on my story. But yeah, she was just really good, and like it was just like crazy. Like the performance was crazy because like there was like gusts of wind that would just like show up out of nowhere when she was performing, and to some extent I felt like it was as if like I was watching like Mother Mary perform for the first time ever. And she's honestly like she's really beautiful. Like she's really beautiful in person. And overall, like, she was just really nice. Like, she was like, I love you, Milwaukee. Like, this is our first time, in this city. Like, can't wait to be back. And I'm like, girl, like, I can't wait to see you. Yeah. And the thing was, like, Ethel Cain, like, during her performances, she, like, most of the time, I think, she, like, embraces her fans. Like, she's either, like, holding you while she's singing, like,
her song to you, and everyone like around you is like, oh my god, like that is so crazy. Or she like holds like your face and she sings to you.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's almost like Mother Mary. Like it's almost like Mother Mary's like embracing you.
Yeah, very nurturing.
And you're singing these songs that obviously, you know, if you know Ethel Cain, like her songs like are also of like religious trauma. Some of those like are the themes like in her albums and in her music. So I think that's why a lot of people like relate to it. And it's just like crazy because she even did like a little like when she was speaking, she was like, oh, like if you if you grew up with religious like trauma, like scream, and everybody's like, ah!
Wait, really? That's crazy.
Yeah, because she grew up as a Southern Baptist, so yeah, like I understand, like she also grew up that way too.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like I totally love her. Like she's one of my favorite artists. Like right now, I think overall, like she's still like somewhat small still, but I mean, obviously, like she plays like everywhere, but. Yeah, like I'm really excited to see like her career flourish and like see where it goes because I think she'll go very far. So
you
yes.
won't see her again for $15.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to break it to you.
I don't think I'll see her again for $15, but next time I'm gonna bring Ethan with me. So
yeah, because you actually, like you said, you did put some people onto it, and you actually did send me a couple tracks, and I was like, wait. This is kind of a good song, so I looked up a YouTube video like what is the lore on Ethel Cain, and I haven't listened to the full Preacher's Daughter album. Preacher's Daughter. I heard a couple songs from it, but I kind of do want to get into it, and yeah, like the storyline of it all sounds crazy. So I would imagine she did put on a good performance, but I'm glad you enjoyed.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
it was so beautiful. Oh my gosh! But on another note, guys. The internet. Did we see Ross Lynch and Troye Sivan? Did we all see that video?
I didn't see no videos. I saw pictures, but what happened?
I saw the video. So basically, Ross Lynch was in Troye Sivan's video for not me forgetting. Like I'm Troy fan. Like
one of the girls.
Oh yeah, it was like basically like dancing on him, like twerking on him, like doing everything. And then like he does this live at his tour. And it's like really crazy to see because I'm like, isn't like Ross Lynch like a straight man? Like okay, like I get acting because okay, like you need like that little money, like okay, go ahead. But it was a little steamy when I was watching that. I was like, oh, should I be here?
Should I leave the room?
Because like the way that he pushed Troye Sivan onto the floor, I was like, oh.
No, I didn't see no videos, but
yeah, it was crazy. a good day for the LGBTQ.
Exactly.
A good day for that.
Was it even in the month of June, or did that just happen?
Yeah, I think that happened like within the month of June. Yeah.
Damn, Pride Month going crazy.
Yeah, Pride Month.
What else happened?
Omar Apollo, another gay person. Oh my gosh. A lot of people that I listen to are in the LGBTQ, but it's because the LGBTQ, they make a lot of good music. They make too good music. This year has actually been really crazy, like for the LGBTQ, like for them dropping album songs, like all of them have been going crazy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I saw that. Remember that article I sent you? It was basically some random ass article I stumbled upon from Genius. They do like lyrics and breakdowns of songs or whatever, and there's an article talking about how the LGBTQ community is just going crazy this year in terms of music. Like LGBTQ identifying artists are just blowing up the music scene and charting like crazy. And obviously there's people in past decades who kind of went through they just
like tribulations,
trials and tribulations to kind of get to the point to where we are today, in which a lesbian woman or a gay man or anyone under the umbrella can be in the top 10 of the radio and music charts. Yes. Like when I looked at the list, who did I see? Like Cardi B,
Omar Apollo, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's just like, there's so many, like even Chaperone, like there's so many people in the LGBTQ that have been like dropping
going crazy
music and projects. And like it's just like really good. It's a really good time to be alive, to be honest.
Including Omar, huh?
Yes, including Omar. His new album, God Said No. I've been listening to a couple of like the songs in the album, and it's actually really good. I think my tops me saying tops when I'm talking about Omar.
Stop.
Are you down? 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 Oh, I love him. Okay, so I love Be Careful With Me. Less of You, Done With You. Like, yes, Done With You. And Dispose of Me. I like Pedro too. So yeah, I've heard a couple. He's going on tour. Might go. But honestly, I think I might go to the Sweat Tour, which is with Troye Sivan and Charlie XCX. Like, I feel the rush, addicted to your touch.
Hey,
It's
gay
so
son,
good.
thought daughter.
No, for real, gay son, thought daughter. Hey.
They're bringing the masses together, huh?
Yes. But yes, props to Omar because he is Mexican American, and I love him. And you know, whenever I see him go on interviews, I just feel like I resonate so much with him because, you know, obviously going more into the conversation, like he talks about like there's this one specific interview that I saw on TikTok, like, oh, like, how do you feel that, like, you know, like when people ask you like, oh, like, do you know how to speak in Spanish or like this and that? And he says for the most part, like, he understands the words and, you know, like he, you know, speaks in this and that. But he also takes into consideration, like, hey, like, it's not like that I'm like a no sabo kid. It's just like I also grew up in America too.
Right.
And, you know, like he says, like, I can have both of those identities still and like still like be close to like my culture and resonate with it still.
That's real.
So yeah, like I think him as an artist, like I think he's very innovative. I love all of his music and I'm just really excited to see what happens with his career.
See, I haven't heard his album, but I did hear a couple tracks off of it. It's on my list of shit like that I need to get to as far as like albums and music that I want to check out. But you're hyping it up, so I'm gonna check it out later today.
Yes, no,
there's a couple
it was
songs
good.
on there that I like. Yeah.
Yes. Also, guys, I know we're talking about media. The Gladiator II pictures dropped. Have you seen them, Ethan?
I seen like one picture of Paul Mescal. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Paul Mescal.
Of his character, I think.
Yes.
I seen one picture. Yeah.
Okay, let me.
It's been over 10 years now, or is it like pushing 15 now? Since the first Gladiator. Like this is the sequel, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I haven't like fully like gotten into it.
Right.
But obviously, like I do know like some of the cast. I'm sorry, like Paul Mescal right here, like he's giving what needs to be gave.
He's ripped.
Yeah, he's ripped. He looks sexy as hell.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I just read an article. He was like, I think I look more like a model something about like working out or getting ready for this role. He's like, oh, I don't want to look more like a model than I do a gladiator. But damn, like,
yeah,
if people are attracted, people are attracted.
Yeah.
But I think that was his goal. Like, he didn't want to be a sex symbol.
Yeah.
And then you have fucking Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal, once again, thank you. I love you. He's giving here. He's giving baby girl, honestly.
What?
I love him. I love him more than myself, to be honest. I love him so much.
Don't say that.
Oh, and then
Pedro
I think
Pascal.
this is Denzel, right?
Denzel, yeah. Or no, is that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he looks so sexy too. Everybody looking sexy. Have you heard of Joseph Quinn? He was in Stranger Things.
Yes, and I'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah,
Is he
he's
in that
also
movie?
in Gladiator II.
That's crazy.
Look
He's
at that.
Booked and busy.
Booked and busy queen. Like, he's looking too good right here. I'm loving the hair. I'm loving everything.
He was just in a movie I watched last night, but I'll get to that in Media of the Week.
Right.
But damn.
Yes.
Okay, Gladiator. We're gonna have to check it out.
We're gonna have to check it out. Oh my god. It actually comes out on the same day as Wicked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. So what are we gonna do? Watch them.
Hey,
Barbenheimer.
See, some people are saying it's Barbenheimer
Part 2.
I don't know if it's gonna like cross over entirely because I feel like the gays would watch Wicked. And then go see Gladiator too because of Pedro Pascal and because of Paul Mescal.
Yeah.
So I think like there could be a crossover, but I don't know anyone specifically like straight people, like, well, straight men, let's say straight men. I don't know if they would go see Wicked.
No, it would be the other way. I mean, did any straight men go watch Barbie?
I mean, I think with their girlfriends. Yeah. But that was pretty much it, I think. So
Because it's Barbie.
yeah, so it might be similar to Barbenheimer, but
Who do you think is going to do better at the box office?
honestly, I feel like Wicked could do $1 billion.
Really?
I feel so. Like, I mean, it's a big movie. It has Ariana Grande. It has
Cynthia Erivo.
Cynthia. Yeah, and it just looks really good.
Well, Wicked is just such a beloved
Yeah.
Broadway. Not even necessarily Broadway. It's just a beloved musical that people love to go see. So
Yeah.
for it to go on the big screen, I think,
Yeah, it's gonna have people like from New York, LA, Washington, like all over the world. Like I feel like people are actually gonna watch it. So, and Gladiator II.
we can check them out.
Yeah, we can definitely check them
both
out. Also, we wanted to give a little shout out. Jenny Rivera's birthday was yesterday.
Shout out Jenny.
Rest in peace and shout out to Jenny Rivera because she was an entrepreneur and, you know, she made like regional music. You know, she made it this much greater thing like in America. And
She made it more accessible.
Yes, and like I just really love her and I appreciate her. And, you know, if she ever did wrong on this earth, like I forgive her. I really do. But yeah, okay, like a little story time. I actually like, it sounds crazy. Me not trying to cry. I remember literally when like her helicopter crashed.
Yeah, I remember that was such a big deal.
Yeah.
No, it was a plane. It was a plane.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, her jet.
Yeah.
Yeah, her jet like had crashed.
Yeah.
My grandma literally had like put on Telemundo and everything, and we were just like listening for updates on this and that. And I remember like literally like everybody was praying. Everybody was praying that Janine Rivera came home. And like so many of my friends like literally were telling me like, oh, like my mom did a rosary for her.
Aww.
And like they were all like gathering around like, good, like we need to bring Jenny Rivera home. And
Yeah.
you know, obviously she didn't come home, and you know, like the rest of like her crew that day. So rest in peace. But obviously knowing her character and knowing who she was in music, shout out to her because I think her music is very inspiring to a lot of women that resonate obviously with her music, you know, because she talks about the struggles of being a woman in like a male dominated industry. She talks about, you know, how like she was like abused and like how she's left her relationships. And you know, I guess at the end of the day, I feel like even though she left so soon, I feel like she conquered so many things that, you know, it takes like that it takes like a lot of people to, you know, like conquer in a whole lifetime. So yeah, just shout out to her, love her, sending love to her family. Obviously I know like that is like a really hard time, you know, because I understand where they're coming from. So shout out to her, shout out to Jenny from the Block. That is my Jenny from the Block.
No,
Okay,
yeah, the real one.
that is the real Jenny from the Block.
No, yeah, I will say that was actually a big moment that I remember, so, like from my childhood, something actually being culturally significant, because I do remember watching it on TV and hearing about it and discovering her music and how much of an impact she had, like on my mom and my grandparents. They like to listen to her music, so yeah, likewise that was a big deal. Rest in peace to Jenny. She's loved, she's missed.
Yeah,
And
she is missed.
It also seemed like she was a really good mother too, like
Yeah.
to her family,
Yeah,
to her kids and everything. She had a big family.
yeah, she did have a big family, and obviously like everyone watched the funeral on Telemundo. And
Oh, it was broadcasted?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
it was broadcasted. I kind of feel bad for that because it's like those kids went through enough like finding out on social media that their
Oh,
mom's
yeah.
like jet had crashed,
Yeah.
and that they already like to some extent knew like she wasn't gonna come home. And then obviously, you know, them confirming that she did, you know, obviously like passed away. And you know, just having to, you know, be the children of such like an inspiring but such like, you know, because she had a platform and everything, like her children basically allowed us to see themselves at their worst. But yeah, obviously like I've kept up with the Jenny Rivera lore and her family and everything, so yes, just sending my thoughts and my love to them.
Of course, of course.
Yes. But updates.
Updates. What's going on?
So first and foremost, I wanted to do a little shout out to my friend Sarah.
Shout out Sarah.
Yeah, because she's in Canada right now figuring some things out, and I just wanted to say I love her so much, and you know, I'm sending all my love and support. And obviously when she listens to this video, because she's going to have to listen to this video to listen to me, no, love her, and yeah, just sending all my love.
Miss you,
literally.
Sarah. You're loved.
Yes, miss you,
Always.
Sarah. I wish you would have been able to come to Six Flags with us, for real. I wish you would have been able to come to Six Flags.
Yeah, we're going to Six Flags this weekend.
Yes, we're going to Six Flags this weekend, guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to go on a roller coaster. It's been too long.
It's been a minute. We'll update you guys on the next episode on how it went, but
Yes.
I know it's going to go well.
And well, obviously, I did talk a little bit about Ethel so that's already covered. Love Ethel. And then I actually finished watching The Bear, season 3.
Nice.
And specifically, I want to talk a little bit about, is it Ayo? Ayo's episode?
Mm-hmm.
She did so good, and it's, for the season, it's the highest rated episode.
Dang. Okay.
I think it was a 9.3 or 9.4.
I'm be so honest with you, I have not watched a single episode of The Bear, but I really do want to watch it because I know people have been hyping it up, and Ayo has been winning a lot of awards for her role specifically in that.
Yes, and she's been eating and she's been serving. I mean, obviously, like The Bear, like it's a bit of an anxiety-inducing show, but I think it's really real, and I think it just shows like the reality of people and humanity, at its core.
Yeah.
You know. And this episode, it like surrounds itself with one of the cooks at The Bear, and I just thought it was really heartfelt, and I think it just showed like, you know, the reality of what it is to be, you know, an older ethnic woman, you know, Hispanic woman, because she is Puerto Rican, and how hard it is to like grapple with people, you know, younger people, treating you a certain way. Just because you're older. And, you know, obviously, like, it, you know, it shows her life, and it shows, like, her, you know, some of her worst, like, times and her most vulnerable moments. But, she did have a scene with, John Bernthal, which is Michael Berzatto in the show. He's the owner of The Bear.
Which is the name of the restaurant?
Yeah, it's called The Bear.
Okay.
And basically, they're just real with each other, and like the show, like that episode, like it really made me cry, and it made me feel so happy when it said like directed by Ayo Edebiri.
Oh.
I'm just really proud of her. I'm really proud of her. Like, shout out to her, love her. The episode was really good. You guys should watch The Bear. It's on Hulu. You guys should go watch it. It's really good. It's a really good story. Like, even though like this season was a bit more of a filler episode, you know, you did get to learn a bit more about the characters. I feel like overall, like, no one right now is doing it on TV like The Bear right now. So, please go watch The Bear if you'd like to watch The Bear.
That's a really big claim. I gotta check it out then.
Yes.
Recommend it? Highly recommend it?
Yes, I do recommend it.
Damn. Okay. Well, on that note, I just wanted to share this past weekend. We had a quinceañera in the family, the first in I don't even know how many years. Okay. I told you we gotta get you like a record deal or something. Fuck a podcast. No, I'm just like, no, yeah, we had a quinceañera in the family for the first time in a long time, and it was really cool. Obviously, I've been to quinceañeras before. I think the last one I went to actually was a minute ago, like in high school. I went to yours in high school.
Yes, you did, and
we were lit. I don't think that was the last one I went to, but
yeah,
that was one I vividly remember. That one was actually really turned. You had too many fucking people.
Oh, I had people there, guys. Yeah, like
that was too many people.
Like, I don't know how to explain it, but people sometimes said like, oh, like the quince of like the quince of the year. Like, it would like go into categories because like people every week there would be a new quinceañera. So you'd either be like your quinceañera was like the quinceañera of the month, sometimes of the season, sometimes of the year. It really was really crazy here in Milwaukee to have a quinceañera.
No, yeah, the scene was a little wild.
Yeah, and I remember mine, bro. Mine was filled up to the brim. Mine was even like, I didn't, like, it was an open invite, but it ended up being open invite at the end. And it's just like, it was crazy to me because people that like I didn't necessarily know, but I knew off like social media, like they were like, oh, hey, this and that. Hey. Like, they all pulled up, and I was like, bro, this is fucking crazy. But
yeah,
But yeah, no, it was really fun. I really did enjoy my quince.
I had fun at that one too. It was really cool.
Yeah, I just don't think I should have been hanging out with my ex-boyfriend as much as I was that night.
Couldn't have no time with your friends. Shit.
No, for real. But you learn a lot. Obviously, when you're a child, you don't fully understand, like, hey, I can separate boyfriend, friend, family.
Have a balance for all of them.
But obviously I was a child, so I didn't fully understand that. So I was mostly on the floor,
you're all
talking to my ex-boyfriend all the time, and I was like,
he wasted your night.
He wasted my night, but I still had a good night. No, you imagine he like listens to the episode. He's like,
I doubt it.
Like, why fuck me for?
No, yeah, he's like, what am I catching strays for? No, directly, disrespectfully. No. So yeah, this quinceañera, it was my little cousin's, and like I said, it was the first in the family in a long time. I think the last time we had a big one for real was when my mom turned 15, like when the whole family, like everybody, extended family pulled up. And this was one of those occasions because my sister didn't have one, my older cousin didn't have one, so it was kind of a big deal. And so my cousin, she ended up having a limo bus, and I was chosen to be the designated, what's it called? I was like the limo bus chaperone because I'm 21 and I was just able to make sure everybody was chill. But I'm also like the fun cousin. Like, yeah. I think I'm the favorite cousin. Not to toot my own horn, but toot my own horn. That sounds so white. But not to toot my own horn. I think I'm the favorite cousin, and they chose me to be the chaperone. And my cousin, she obviously has some Latino friends in the limo bus, but she goes to a predominantly white high school, so a lot of the girls in the bus as well were just these white Caucasian girls. For a lot of them, it was like their first quinceañera, and it was just really kind of awkward because it was like a lot of like intersecting vibes, and everybody was like, oh, like a lot of them didn't know what they were getting into. There was a lot of intersecting vibes, so it was a little bit awkward. Obviously, the music was blasting, so that kind of filled up the awkwardness. Like, my cousin, she had the Mexican, Hispanic hits blasting, but then you had the white girls making requests for music, which included Party in the USA and Baby by Justin Bieber. So, white girl classics. Your face. The white girl classics. But the quince was cool. I guess on that note too, like whenever there was Spanish music playing in general, like they didn't really know what to do, and like that's when all the old heads would actually come up to the dance floor and turn up and actually dance, and then they kind of just were like there in the background. And then whenever it would switch to like back to English music, then like all the old heads and the family members, extended family members, would just get back in their seats, and they would like come to the dance floor. Like Bruno Mars' Uptown Funk came on, everybody sat down, and the white girls, hey, like let's go, you know what I'm saying? It was funny, but no, yeah, the quince was cool. Like I said, our outside family came up from out of town to celebrate, which included people from Texas, El Salvador, Mexico, France. And it was really cool. Like, despite it being more so a big, what am I trying to say? 15th birthday than like the traditional quinceañera, it still did uphold and keep a lot of the traditional significant moments. And there was also a mariachi, which was really cool, like serenading her, which was really nice for like 30 minutes or so. Yeah. Oh, they had the mariachi to serenade her, which was really nice. All around, good vibes. It was cool to see family. It was cool to have family that I haven't seen in years, literally since I was a little kid, come up to the city. And I guess for some of the younger kids, it was their first time in the city too, so they were just kind of like exploring. And it was cool for us to be the host rather than for us to be the visitors in a different state. So it was really cool. I don't have another adjective for it than just like cool, awesome, spectacular. We had a good time. I think people thought I had too much of a good time because, like I said in the last episode, I'm not a dancer, but now that I'm 21, I think I just needed like a shot or two to lower my inhibitions. And I was,
Yeah, I wish I would have been there to see that.
no, you should have seen it because I was turning up. I was on the, I should have invited you. Damn, it was an open invite and there was a signed CD. Anyways,
I would have sat on the floor.
I needed like a shot or two and I was on the dance floor turning up. Everybody thought I was drunk because I was dancing. And even the next day we had a cookout for the family that came up out of state, and one of my tias, she was like, "Oh, how's the hangover?" I'm like, "Tia, I wasn't even tipsy last night." She was like, "Oh, like you weren't drunk?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Oh, it just looked like it," and I was like, "Yeah." And that's what my mom said too. Everybody thought I was fucking inebriated to the bone, but no, like I said, I just needed a quick shot or two, and I was turning up. Because like I said, I was tired of being that one family member that was just sitting on my ass. And like I said, this was such a rare occasion for us to have a quince in the family. And I don't know the next time that we're going to have one. So I was like, nah, I'm going to enjoy myself tonight. And I did. So all around, it was a good little weekend. Aside from that, like not much has been happening. I've been at work and I kind of wanted to share a quick story. So I have a bone to pick with Amazon drivers. If you are, okay, I'm not one to body shame, but if you are not, what a way to set up the, no, I'm just like, if you are under 150 pounds and like there's a big ass package and you got some noodle arms, like you have no business trying to carry these packages and be a delivery driver because like I said, I work in the lobby, right? And there's obviously these big ass open windows that we can see. And there's a whole protocol for handling mail and, what is it called? Deliveries. Like you're supposed to ring the bell, you're supposed to ring the buzzer, come in, I'm supposed to let you in, and you just head to the mailroom, drop it off. This dude, little skinniest, scrawniest motherfucker ever, I mean like noodles for arms, was carrying this big ass box, walked up all the way to the door. I look away for a second because I thought he was just gonna, he's gonna do his thing, ring the buzzer and come in. All of a sudden I hear, boom. I look over and this dude, he dropped the whole box. It's a big ass box and he dropped it on the floor. And I'm like, damn, like it's obviously visually and physically damaged. And I'm just waiting on this guy to like ring the buzzer. Obviously he was going to be a little bit embarrassed when he came in. Like, damn, I just saw and heard you drop this dude's package. But no, he just walked away. He pulled out his phone to take a picture of the package on the floor damaged and went about his day. Like, first of all, what is wrong with you for you to drop it and then not even acknowledge? Like I said, I work in the city, so obviously somebody could pick it up and just like snatch it up if they really wanted to. I had to be Superman. Me. No, yeah, exactly. I had to be Superman for a second because I had to go pick it up and I had to bring the package in because this dude, he didn't do his job.
You had to be a strong man.
I had to be a strong man, stronger than him. I took a picture of him because I was like, damn, I'm not a narc, but if I really wanted to report you, like if I was having a bad day, I would have reported him to fucking Amazon, to Jeff Bezos. Fuck Jeff Bezos. But yeah, that's my little job rant. If you're under, there's not even a weight limit. Like if you can't carry these packages and you know it's too fucking heavy, don't do it. No, yeah. But that's that. I know we said we were going to get to this at the beginning of this last episode, but I kind of just forgot about it. But yeah. I think it's time for us to get into the advice and the question segment of the podcast, no?
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Last episode, and I think I remember you saying, like, this is something that everybody kind of goes through. Imposter syndrome as it relates to college, I guess. I found myself during my freshman year comparing myself to everybody, not like on a social standard, but more so academically, because we all come from different educational backgrounds. We all come from different levels of education. So when I got into when I was a biomedical sciences major, when I got into some of my, I guess, weed out classes, and we're on the first, second, third day, and I'm not understanding this information, and there's people pulling the correct answers literally out of their ass. I'm like, damn, like, am I even qualified to even be in this room right now? So in that regard, I found myself, I guess, engaging with an imposter syndrome. And I think it was just something I needed to hear, obviously, was that, yeah, we do come from different levels of background. Some people were fortunate enough to have higher quality education, and some people like myself went to a high school that didn't really prepare us well enough for college. I mean, in some capacity. And I think the best way I went about dealing with it was just remembering that I got accepted into the school just as everyone else did. You know, I was qualified enough to be accepted into the programs that I was, that they obviously saw something within me that I guess I couldn't see within myself in that moment. And then I kind of had to step back and remember all of the accomplishments that I achieved that led me to get to where I was. And I think just remembering who I was at the end of the day, grounding myself, bringing myself back to that is what helped me kind of stray away from that imposter syndrome. I think ultimately just being yourself and doing you is the best remedy for that. And that's easier said than done, but I think with time it gets easier, truly. And you find people that you can surround yourself with and that accept you for you, just being yourself. And that's my recommendation.
When I came into my school too, I had a lot of imposter syndrome and obviously it's because of access to education. Some people that I had come into the film program with already, they already knew how to operate cameras, they knew how to operate mics, they knew how to take really nice stills. They were really good at cinematography. They had a lot of things down already. And me coming in, I had only taken 2 years of film related courses in high school. And it was very intimidating when I came into the school because I just felt very lonely in some sense, because I was damn, this is my dream and this is what I want to do. And obviously I'm really happy because the school chose me and they offered me a full ride here and everything. So obviously they chose me for a reason. But I just felt very isolated and alone, and I had a lot of imposter syndrome the first 2 years. And that really did something with my mental health, just because I was constantly struggling with the fact oh, why am I not as competent as a person next to me? But I think over time, I think you just come to understand that necessarily isn't your fault if you don't come in knowing everything that you need to know related to your career, because a lot of people don't know. During college, a lot of people, they don't always end up, doing the majors that they chose to do with in the beginning. Some do stay in it, some are completely out of it, some drop out, some withdraw, some come back later. So it's just everyone's journey is just going to be different. So if you end up, for example, if you graduate on time, good. If you graduate a semester or a year before, that's great. If if you take longer, that's okay too, because, we're all just children basically coming into this system, and it's just really hard to take these courses and have a social life and have a familial life and have a work life and, still be yourself and still trying to understand who you are, because once you're out of high school everything kind of hits you really bad. And real. No, it really does hit you. So I'm just really grateful that I'm still in my major and I've chosen to stay in it. And I think for the most part this entire journey, I'm really grateful for this journey that I've had, because I think if I would have not not that I wouldn't wish to not have imposter syndrome, but I think the journey in general, I came into my courses very scared and very intimidated. I had really bad anxiety, literally story time. So literally the first week of school, I did not go to the first week of school because my anxiety was so bad that I was getting hives and that I had a fever, and I just kept on vomiting. Obviously that was anxiety, but the culture shock hit me so bad that I literally could not operate. And literally I had a conversation with my grandma, should I be a real estate agent? And I really was thinking about it, because I was I could really take myself anywhere into my career, but I just felt very intimidated by that imposter syndrome. But obviously I still stayed the course, and I'm just like, I'm filled with gratitude because like I'm very grateful and I'm very proud of myself in like different ways now, because now that I'm a junior, now that I'm older, like I'm more confident on my abilities, and I feel like I take myself more seriously. And people take me more seriously too, you know? So I just think like sometimes like imposter syndrome, sometimes you just gotta deal with it, but it will ultimately go away one day. So it's okay if you have those like feelings or those thoughts and everything, because those will go away the more that you get older, the more that you get wiser, you know? So just hang in there, stay strong, and I know you got this. I know like by the end of like your college career, everything will be good.
Yeah.
So you'll be good. Oh my God. I felt very inspirational right there. I was like, wow.
Wow.
So then it says, what TV show, what TV shows / movies are guys? Same. What TV shows / movies are you guys both watching or excited for?
Ooh.
Okay, well, I was really excited for The Bear, and I did watch it, so it was really good. I was really excited for, it's on HBO Max, Fantasmas. It was like the debut of Fantasmas. It's like produced and everything, but, you know, it's Julio Torres' show. And overall, like his work in general, I recently also saw Problemista, which was his debut. And he wrote and he directed, and, you know, he's Salvadorian. He used to work at SNL. And, you know, with his debut and everything, I think his debut was magnificent. I think he did a really good job directing. And I think he talks about a lot of different, like, themes and a lot of different topics that, you know, affects, like, the day-to-day, like, life of, like, the average person. And I think, you know, he makes it very vibrant. He makes like problems and issues very vibrant and very like colorful. And it's not like full head on. There's a lot of metaphors in his like in the movie, and I just think overall it was just really beautiful, and the ending was really like really sweet. It was really sweet. I recommend you guys go watch Problemista. It's on HBO Max now. It's one of my favorite movies. Obviously, it's gonna be one of my favorite movies because it's a person of color made it. And you know, it was released this year, but it didn't get a wide release, which was what I was really disappointed about. But you guys should go watch it. It's really good, and I think it'll make you very happy, and it'll leave you inspired and think, hey, maybe I can, you know, do my dreams. So, yes, and I watched the SpongeBob movie too. I think it's like the older one.
Yeah.
That one was really good. The jokes are really good. Everything is really, really good. So that one's on HBO too. So
nice.
Whenever HBO wants to sponsor me, let me know, because I have so many movies that we can talk about HBO. Like, let me know, HBO.
Right.
Let me know, because I can fully go into like film synopsis, and like I can do everything for you. Okay.
She can do it all.
Yes. Yes.
One show that I'm interested in, something I don't know if I would say I'm excited for, but something I kind of want to get into on HBO. Let me know if you've seen it though. Is The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, I've seen it.
Okay.
Well, I haven't like watched it, but I've seen it like on HBO.
Yeah, Righteous Gemstones. From what I can understand, it looks to be following this family who kind of runs like this mega church, and it kind of goes into like mega church culture. And I don't know, I feel like that seems interesting because I think it's like a satirical portrayal of what mega churches in real life are like. Very extra, very, I guess you could say flamboyant in a way, very just like spectacle, if you will. And I don't know, I feel like that's something I kind of want to look into, just because growing up I only went to churches that were very, I don't want to say, boring wouldn't be the word, but very monotone and very serious. And I guess, yeah, that's the best way to describe it. So I kind of just want to see what the contrast in that is like, and if they really are just taking advantage of people, because I hear that's what mega churches do. I mean, where do they get their money from in general? I don't know. These are questions that I have that will be answered when I watch it. But as far as something that I am watching right now, you guys might have heard of it. It's Baby Reindeer on Netflix, and it kind of follows this guy who, brief synopsis, is, I guess, a failing comedian or an aspiring comedian, and he is being stalked by a woman named Martha who is very interested in him. I'm only halfway through, so it's about, 7 episodes. I'm halfway through episode 4. It's really interesting so far. I hear that this is an anxiety-inducing show as well. I just find it to be really interesting, but also very off-putting, I guess you could say. And I don't know. I want to see where it takes us as the story kind of continues and unfolds, but it's something I'm just watching right now. And yeah, like I kind of shared, I'm really into like the true crime type of stuff, so I've been finding this interesting.
Yes. Okay, another question. Oh, this is another fun one. I like that you guys ask these types of questions because it makes me laugh. What is a movie that changed your perspective on life? Should I go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So a recent one that I did watch was The Florida Project. And basically The Florida Project, it's set in the shadow of the most magical place on earth, which is Disneyland, like I said. But obviously they couldn't say Disneyland.
Right.
Because of Disney.
Didn't want to get sued.
Right. But 6-year-old Moni and her 2 best friends forge their own adventures while Moni's struggling mom and a kind-hearted motel manager protect the kids from the harsh reality that surrounds them. When I watched this movie, I didn't know I had heard about the movie and I heard that it was nominated for like a lot of awards, but I didn't fully like go into it. But once I got HBO again, I was like, I'm gonna go watch it because it seems really interesting. And it kind of tore me apart and it kind of broke me. And I was really sad. Because, you know, it truly talks about, like, the reality of how, like, people are really doing in the country right now. I think that movie covers a lot of themes that are still relevant in our society today with, like, inflation and everything. And, yeah, I just think it was, like, really sad because Moni, which is, like, the daughter / like, the child in the movie, like, the main star, she basically has like this young mom, and she fully doesn't like take care of her. Like Moni and her friends, like they be doing bad shit in the hotel because they live in a motel, and yeah, they be doing like bad shit. Like they be like throwing like cans at like cars. They be spitting on the cars, and like they're kind of like badass kids. And you know, like when people tell like obviously like her mom makes her go and clean it, but she's not really like telling, like she's not castigándola, no, like for real, she's not like punishing her or anything. Like she's kind of just letting her reign free. And you know, Moni and these little kids, like they're pretty young, like they're 6 years old, like they're still children, and they curse a lot and everything, and I'm like, whoa, like that's crazy. But yeah, Willem Dafoe is also in the movie, and he's like the hotel manager, and he basically protects like the kids that live in this motel from like, you know, crazy people or crazy things. I think he just likes to like protect them and shelter them a lot. And it's because like there's one scene where this like the kids are playing on these like picnic tables like near the motel, and this old man comes and tries to talk to them, and Willem Dafoe like he's just painting, but he's like looking at this man and he's like, what are they doing here? So then like me telling the movie,
I know.
So basically like he drops the paint can and he goes and like talks to the guy, and the guy's like, oh, I just wanted to get a soda. So then like Willem Dafoe like just grabs him and he's like, okay, like let's go get that soda. And like they go get the soda and everything, but you know, like Willem Dafoe, like his character, like he knows that this man like has bad intentions, because like he did not come here for a little soda, okay? Like he came here to talk to some little kids, which is like really weird. But obviously the kids don't know because like the kids are children. So he basically kicks him out and he tells him that if he ever comes again, like he's gonna kill him and this and that. And I'm like, damn, should I spoil?
Don't spoil.
Okay, don't spoil. Okay. But basically, like, it just shows, like, the harsh realities of, like, these kids and how, like, basically, like, they have, like, big and, like, great imaginations that, like, shelters them from, like, the reality of, like, their parents not being able to, like, afford rent on time or being able to put food on the table. And, you know, these kids are so close to Disneyland. And Disneyland/Disney World is, like, you know, everyone always says, like, you know, like, that's where, like, kids, like, you know, they go to go have fun and everything. And, you know, like, they get to be children. That's why there's Disney adults. That's why there's literally Disney adults.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And a lot of people, like, they just have a lot of nostalgia with Disney. And it's, like, kind of sad because, like, these kids that live in the motels are, like, people that live in Florida. I don't think Florida entirely, like, invests back into, like, its communities. So a lot of children are, like, you know, growing up, like, homeless or growing up, like, low income. And at the end of the day, they can never go to Disneyland. Even though they live right there. They live 10 minutes away from Disneyland. And I think, like, with, like, the whole movie in general, like, it just showed me, like, the reality of life and about how children do a great job at, you know, not entirely remembering the bad parts of growing up. And yeah, basically for me, that movie changed my perspective because sometimes, you know, growing up, like, I don't think I saw, like, the full picture of, like, you know, things that, like, were happening in my family until now, like, that I'm older and I realize those things and I'm like, wow, like, we were going through some shit, like, some crazy shit, and I just didn't know. Right. Because my grandma and, you know, even my mom, like, were sheltering us from that so that we would never have to, you know, be conscious of it. So I would really recommend the movie. It's really good.
That's a good pick. I gotta check it out. You said it was what? I'm sorry?
The Florida Project.
Okay. Is it on streaming or anything?
It's on HBO.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Or put it in my list for later. I think this is a well-known one, or like one that was kind of like really talked about within the last year or so. But The Sound of Freedom, it kind of tackles on the issue of child trafficking and really portrays the story. Which is based on a true story. It portrays the story in a digestible way, but in a very realistic way as well. And I feel like this is one that a lot of people were kind of afraid to show to their children because they don't want their children understanding these concepts within the world and understanding that these type of things happen. But like I said, I think it was portrayed in a way that was digestible and manageable for children with, of course, their parents' consent to watch and kind of understand that, you know, these things happen. These are real world issues that I guess we are kind of shielded from as a society, or I guess within our family's culture, just because this can very much happen to anyone, anywhere, at any point. Like, it doesn't matter where you are. I think anyone truly is at risk of being trafficked. And I think spreading awareness in a movie that, like I said, is digestible is the best way to spread information and to allow people to have those conversations and kind of transition young adults into that more mature mindset and, you know, just kind of keeping an eye out for yourself and remembering that it's important to keep those around you close and to be safe at all times. But yeah, that was one that actually did move me emotionally within the last year. So we watched it pirated, but I watched it with my mom and my sister, and it was a good watch. Like, we haven't watched a movie together, just the three of us, in a long time, but with that being one of them, yeah, it was recommended to us by a lot of different people, and if you haven't, it is a really good watch, and I recommend it. And then one that I wanted to share real quick was American Fiction, and we kind of talked about this, Jocelyn, in one of our previous videos, and American Fiction just kind of talked about, I guess, the negative tropes that are used within media and the stereotypes that are portrayed of Black figures, and just kind of the misuse of that and the dangers that kind of come along with that, and how some people and some markets kind of find that profitable. And yeah, I think that one also just kind of opened my eyes in a way. I mean, it was something that I already understood, but something that kind of just put it into perspective and put it into words that was way more digestible is not the word again, but way more straightforward. And I think that that's a really good watch if you haven't watched it, and it kind of puts it into a different perspective.
Okay, last question is, this is so funny. I feel like this must have been a girl. Well, let me not gender y'all. What are your thoughts on the release of the Gladiator 2 pictures? Well, obviously, I'm not surprised. Men are looking very sexy this year. Thank you, God, for men that know how to be quiet and just show me face.
There you go.
Hey, Pedro Pascal was serving. He was serving. He's serving dad.
Stop.
No, I'm just kidding. Not like that dad, guys. Like, guys, I don't have a dad, so.
Me neither.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we had seen the pictures earlier. We kind of touched on it too. They look good.
Yeah, they look good. I'm gonna go see it.
And that's that.
Yes.
I don't think I have any additional comments on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so media of the week.
Some of our picks.
Some of our picks for the week. So my media of the week is I actually watched the SpongeBob movie. That was really good. You guys should still go watch that. Obviously, I touched up on it. Problemista, I also touched up on it. So you guys should go watch that too. And then obviously, who I'm listening to a lot currently is S.L. Kane. Love my queen. Charlie XCX. Oh, my favorite song right now, actually, of the album, I think is Apple.
Apple?
I really love Apple.
That one kind of touches on like family stuff, huh?
Yeah.
It's deep.
It was deep. But also So I, right?
So I, yeah.
Yeah, So I. And then like the last, it's like the second to last track in the album. I think that one was really good too.
I think about it all the time.
Yeah, I think about it all the time. Where she talks about, where she's at in her life and about like, oh, should I, like, I've already had fame and this and that, like, should I have a baby?
And would I be good at it?
Yeah. And that's real, guys. That's very real. Because I'm still not at that point too. I don't think I could see myself being a mom, and I think about it a lot. I don't think I'd be a mom until like I'm like in my late 30s sometimes.
Late 30s?
Late 30s, maybe early 30s, depending on how like the career goes and everything. Sure. If the career goes well and it's today in boots, maybe we'll go after
maybe
my
we'll pop a child out.
Yeah, after my golden birthday.
There you go.
Because I have to look sexy for my 31st birthday. Hey.
That's crazy. They give you the last golden birthday, but hey, you're gonna be wise enough. You're gonna be old enough. Wise, like you're fucking 80 years old. No, but you would have experienced life, so I feel like that would be a really cool golden birthday.
Yes, no, I'm excited.
Are you planning it already? 10 years old?
I feel like I've always been like planning it, because it's like, dude, like my 31st birthday, like,
you gotta go crazy.
Yeah, we gotta go crazy. Like, I'm sorry, like jets everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. What else have I been listening to? Well, Omar Apollo, Claw Machine. Oh, I've also been listening to Ian. Do you know Ian? Me about to play his music.
Ian? Like that's his name? Ian?
Yeah, he's like a... Oh, not me playing it. He's like this white guy that raps. But he's actually pretty good.
Oh, with a bunch of N's? Ian?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah, I like his song called The Magic Dog Johnson. That was really good.
Okay.
And then Chaperone, Picture You. Okay. No, okay, I'm going to say something, but let me not, because, like, no one take offense to it. I saw this, like, a friend that I have, she, like, I guess, like, put Picture You to a picture of her baby. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. But then I was like, oh, like, it's kind of like a lesbian song. So I'm like...
Maybe it was just in the context of that, like, little segment that she put.
Yeah, because it's like, and I picture you. And this and that. And it's like really cute. Like it's really cute. I'm like, okay, but is the baby a lesbian or what?
she just hasn't heard the full track. Maybe she didn't. She's just like, oh, I just like this part.
Yeah, no, because I'm just like, oh, like Chaperone, like not that the like only the LGBTQ can listen to her.
No, of course.
But it's just like kind of funny because like there are like certain themes and undertones to like her music. So yes, and also I've been listening to a little bit of Billie Eilish, but yes,
her new album.
Yes.
What songs?
The Greatest, I think.
Yeah.
I saw like when she did it live at a late talk show.
Oh, okay.
And it sounded really good live. I like Skinny, but for personal reasons that I will not disclose. It's so crazy. Like really, like it's really hard to be a girl sometimes, and it really makes me feel like not only am I feeling that way, so many people and like girls in general are feeling that way. I was listening to like this whole like, you know, like the Lord and Charlie XCX lore on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's just like they had like put like on there that like 91% of women for the rest of their lives do not like how their body, like they do not like how their bodies look. And that made me really sad because it's just like, you know, we're so accustomed in the society now. Like, dude, I've been getting, like, when I watch TV shows, I've been getting Ozempic ads.
Really?
Off-brand Ozempic ads.
Never.
Filler ads and lipo ads.
Those are targeted or something.
Yeah, like...
That's so fucking
like,
specific.
I'm just like, okay, like, what if someone was having a bad day?
Right.
And saw all those 3 ads?
No, yeah. Back to back.
Back to back. Like, it kind of was, like, scaring me because I'm like, okay, like, I get it. Like, it's, you know, somewhat, like, mainstream, like, to get, like, work done on yourself. And obviously the people that get work done, like, I'm really happy for you. Like, if that makes you happy, like, be happy for real. Be happy for a girl. Because, you know, if you want that BBL, like, girl, go get that BBL.
No judgment here.
Yeah, no judgment here. But, like, for me, like, I've always liked how I look, and I've never really cared about that, you know, to some extent, because it's like, I don't want people, you know, to value, like, my beauty or, like, value me as, like, an object to some extent. Like, oh, like, I have to be beautiful to be valued in the society. Sometimes I think, and, you know, like, I've had this conversation with myself again and again, and it's like, I just want to be, you know, if I could be, I would just want to be the most intellectual, the smartest, the most career-driven that I could ever be.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, I see a lot of women directors. I see a lot of women that are in media, like, in culinary, like, just in general, like, on the scene, you know, with a reputable career. They don't wear makeup. They don't really care about those things. And some of them do, too, and they look like baddies. But, you know, like, I guess just, like, to sum things up, like, you're beautiful the way, like, you're beautiful just as you are. But if you want to change your appearance, that's okay. But you're also worthy, you're loved, and you're beautiful too.
Yeah.
Love all my queens and kings.
Love that. More power to you guys.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
That's okay.
All right. Yeah, so like I said, for my media of the week, one of the shows I've been watching this week is Baby Reindeer. Most of the episodes are pretty short, like less than an hour, which I'm very appreciative of because I'm just able to speed through it. Like I said, kind of off-putting, a little anxiety-inducing. So if you do decide to check it out, proceed with caution, of course. But yeah, that's something I've been checking out for the week. I just watched A Quiet Place, Day 1, which is the prequel to, obviously, A Quiet Place 1 and 2. And you had mentioned Joseph Quinn. He was going to be in Gladiator. Right. He was actually in the movie last night, too, along with Alex Wolff, who I recognized from Hereditary. That movie fucking scarred me.
Oh, that movie did scar me, too.
No, yeah. But
don't watch that if you're not okay in the brain, okay? Don't watch that. But it's really good. It's really good.
It was in A24.
Yes, A24.
I think it was A24. And it also starred... Lupita Nyong'o, my fellow Black Mexican. So, you know, I had to give her a shout out. But it was really good. I enjoyed it. It was very fast paced in the beginning, and then it kind of slowed down for a little bit. And I was losing focus. But it did wrap up really well, and I think it was a good introduction into the franchise because I haven't watched the other two, surprisingly. I'm a horror fanatic, but I haven't watched those movies. But like I said, with this being the prequel, I hope that it will lead me into watching the next two. I'm really interested, and I want to see how the universe kind of plays out. And I heard that they're doing, they want to expand on the universe both previous to all of the events unfolding and after all of the events unfolding. And from what I understand, I think the end of A Quiet Place 2 set it up so that there could be a third movie, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of get into that franchise. And I guess to kind of close this out, I just seen yesterday, just to kind of close this out, I am a fan of The Weeknd, and I just seen yesterday or the day before that Abel just started teasing his new era for his next album rollout, which I believe is supposed to be releasing sometime this year, if not next year. And it kind of looks like he's shedding away from this whole The Weeknd character and kind of tapping into himself as Abel. I think he's kind of like trying to rebrand in a way. That's what I heard the rumors and the theories being. But apparently we are in the middle of a new trilogy. He already has a trilogy from when he first started making music. Your favorite?
Yes, my favorite. I've been there since I was 13.
Yeah.
/12.
I was a late bloomer with The Weeknd, but check out the original trilogy. We're in the middle of a new trilogy. And I guess for my music picks, I would say the After Hours album by The Weeknd. That album is kind of crazy. Like, the Sex, Money, Drugs, Girls. Like, I had no business listening to that in 2020, but it really was the soundtrack of my year. And I guess my favorite picks from After Hours would have to be Hardest to Love, Faith, and After Hours title track. So check those out if you haven't. Those are some good picks. Dawn FM was okay, but I'm hoping that he'll go out with a bang this last album. And I'm seated. I'm ready. But yeah, those are my picks for the week.
He's ready. We're ready.
We're ready. We're seated.
We're literally ready.
Ready or not.
Oh, one last thing before we go. So I was looking at, because people were talking about like the vinyl covers and everything for Beyonce. And like, you know, like she had like little like messages on them too, I think.
Okay.
Like, I think it was like a new rollout, something like that. But I saw it on TikTok. So she dedicated like her album like Renaissance to her Uncle Donnie.
Yeah.
And then
Uncle Johnny.
Renaissance, I think, is to not Renaissance. Cowboy Carter is for Miss Tina's big brother Butch.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I did read about it. And I think that's really cute.
And she's dedicating them.
She's dedicating them. She's giving them their flowers, and that's really sweet.
Yeah, because I think the whole like conversation was that Beyonce is trying to reclaim genres of music that were created by Black folk that were kind of taken away from them or rebranded as these traditionally in quotation white genres. But I guess for her to not only do that, because it kind of seems like that is what she's doing and the theories that she's going to do rock for the next album.
Yeah.
But for her to dedicate these and make them special tributes to people, if that is what's going on, that's really cool.
Yes, that's really sweet.
I love that.
Yes. But on that note,
thank you guys for tuning in to episode 4 of Navigating 20s. This was a longer one for you guys just because we had to rush the last one, but we had more time today.
Yes, we love you guys so much. Thank you for all of the support. And we are going to be doing a test trial soon with a guest. That episode might come out in August before they leave for school and everything. It might hit like the first week of August. So I think we're gonna figure those things out. But we're gonna like test try to see like how guests work out on this episode. We're trying to bring more people. Oh yeah, we're trying to bring more people to the podcast, and I think you guys will like it. Yeah,
love to hear more people in their 20s share their perspectives.
Yes, share their perspectives, and you know, because there's so many like different people that I just think about, like they would just like really add to like the podcast, you know, as being guests and everything. So stay tuned, guys, because we will be making more episodes and we will be trying out that rollout with guests. So
we hope you guys enjoy. Until next time, we love y'all. We'll see you later.
Yes,
Bye bye.
We'll see y'all later. Bye bye.